Yo, what up? Doing great, man. Doing great. Watching this price action here, waiting for something tradable. How's it going with you? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Chilling. What's your bias? You're still in this fat 4-hour gap. Yeah. I think we keep pushing up though. We might get a little pullback here before market open, and then we'll get a move higher. But who knows, man? Who knows? We're gonna keep an eye on the news. Keep an eye on Truth Social. We've had a really good week so far. So mostly we're gonna be playing defense. Not gonna be trading tomorrow. Most likely I got to go out of town, so I'm gonna make sure we don't give back the gains we've had over the last week. Anything when government coming back? No, there's no word on that yet. What's up, Hunter? Sell to London Low. Very well, could. We'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. Need to mark out. Yeah, I mean, we did sweep London, and we're turning around a little bit, so you could be right. We'll see, though. Yeah, it's actually a really good short setup right there. At least down to the bottom here. Would have been I was busy getting ready, so I didn't get to see this setup. But that's not bad. You got a breaker right there. You got a nice, clean, fair value gap to the downside right there. You're front running this inversion on the 2-minute, but it could be at least going down to these lows. So Casper is not wrong about what he's seeing right now in terms of just general direction. But we'll see, though. I mean, we're pre-market here. We still got 25 minutes till open. It could touch into this gap and then just reject higher. But in terms of structure, this was a good, a nice little short setup, at least for this move down to these swing lows. That's on ES. A little bit. It's not terrible looking on NQ either. What's up, D? Everybody doing all right today? We're going to bounce back and forth. You know how we do. I mean, we bounce back and forth here, whatever looks cleanest, whatever's giving us the most fluid movements, motions. How's it going, Hunter? What's up, man? Appreciate the follow, Posty. There's no clear direction right now in the order book. Kind of just keeping an eye on things, seeing where it wants to go. Casper, I don't know that I don't like to say that I'm profitable. I mean, I'm taking payouts and I'm paying my bills, I don't know if that makes me profitable or not. My definition of profitable is where you've been consistently every month for like 9 months to 12 months been taking payouts. And I'm not there yet. I only recently, within the past 4 or 5 months, started taking payouts on a consistent basis. So I would say that I'm on the road to being profitable, but I don't know that I'd necessarily give myself that title as of right now, if that makes any sense. And I'm not trying to be like humble about it. I think that you can have a streak in trading where you're doing really well, and then all of a sudden you shit the bed for 6 months to a year. I mean, from the time I took my first payout to the time I took my second, it was like probably 6 months. So you can have streaks. I don't know. Consistency is when you can consider yourself profitable, I think, and that takes about 9 months to 12 months. Yeah, Zach, that was dude, I caught the short in the afternoon there, and I sized a little bit heavy on that, but I was pretty confident in that move, man. The book map looked clean. I don't know if you were looking at it, but it looked clean, man. It was a clean move, and I caught a good bit of it. Hunter says he got his first payout 3 weeks ago, haven't been close since. It happens, man. It happens, and that's exactly what happened to me. I took my first payout with Top Step, and then, it was a long time, felt like forever until I took another one. So, there's a psychological effect there. For some people, it's like it breaks a barrier, and then they just start consistently taking payouts. But then, for people like me, it was like, dude, I don't know what it did, but yeah, man, share a story, Sammy. I had 2 early trades for around 900 that morning. There you go. Very nice. Yeah, I think I haven't traded Top Step in about a year, but I think that's their rule. If it hasn't changed, you got to have 5 winning days. I think when I was trading with them, it was $200 or $150. Something was considered a profitable day. Something like that. Dean, what up? Daniel, appreciate that. Tyrone, what up? Took a payout, lost the trade, and only made 300 in the account. I bought him, take the gold, 1 million. There you go. Still same 150 rules. Still funded on TPT now. I don't know how to beat this intraday trailing drawdown, slowing down my progress, trying to take small base hits. Yeah, you can't let trades fall back on you, man. Akito. That's the only. If I've traded enough with Apex, and they do that trailing draw with their evals, so I'm kind of used to that. So what you got to do is you got to trail your stops pretty closely, pretty aggressively, and it kind of forces you to size up your trades so that smaller movements mean more. You got to be more confident in the trade you're taking, kind of size up a little bit. That's what I would suggest, and make sure you're trailing your stops pretty aggressively. That's how you fight that trailing drawdown, in my opinion. I'm not necessarily bearish. I don't really know, to be honest with you, but we inverted this 1 hour gap here. We're still sitting inside of a 1 hour gap. So I don't know. I really don't know. We had a candle closure here in 48 minutes on this. If we close above it, then I'm bearish. I'm bullish. But we'll see. Still sitting in this 4 hour gap here. And in this daily right here. So I'm using AMP, Zach. I'm using AMP, AMP. And so far, I haven't been trading. It's been like a week, so I don't really have much experience to go off of. But so far, so good with them. It did take a while to get like all my stuff approved. It took like a week, like from the time I first tried to submit paperwork and all the stuff to get my account open. I use Apex, so I definitely have tighter stops in TPT. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Zach. Yeah, that's what you kind of got to do. Yeah, keto, just don't oversize. I mean, you don't want to do something you're uncomfortable with, but you know, with the mindset that you're going to potentially have to close the trade early, you're going to need to make the most out of the small movements that you do get. So like if you were to take a long right here, obviously I'm not, but let's say you were and you're targeting this buy side or New York AM high, I'd maybe size up a couple contracts. If you're trading micros, typically maybe add 2 extra onto your trade, and then if it starts kicking back on you, I'd cut it early. 5 micros, yeah, I mean maybe 7. Yeah, Zach, it's super user friendly, man. It's you got to. The only thing is they don't have. I can't. If you can, I haven't figured it out, but I don't think that you can sign into Tradeovate with it. So I have to sign directly into AMP with TradingView right here. So you can see down here, that's my purchase power right now. So I'm signed directly into TradingView and executing trades directly on here. So if you get any sort of TradingView lag, it kind of sucks. But I haven't had any yet, so. What up, Bri? How's it going, man? Midterms, I think I bombed the shit out of my Roman history midterm. I think I did really well on my other midterm, my anthropology midterm, but I think I bombed the absolute shit out of my Roman Empire one. Not because I didn't know the information. I know all the information. The format was super difficult for me, man. Format was you had 2 prompts that you could choose from to write a 3-page essay, and then you had the second section, which was short answer, and the prompts for that weren't really even prompts. They were just a word, and you basically had to write at least a paragraph about that word, or at most a paragraph. And the format was anything more than 5 lines would not be graded. So you had to fit all the information about that specific little prompt into a 5-line response, which is super hard to do for me. So the prompt would be something, it would literally just be this: Gaius or Germanicus or Agrippina the Younger. And then you had to write within 5 lines, you had to give enough pertinent information for him to say, okay, that's worth an A. Yeah, I think I bombed the shit out of it. Yeah, I'm a little more long-winded, Zach. Well, and especially when you're trying to explain something, unless you're doing like bullet points, it's hard to summarize like Germanicus or Gaius in 5 lines. So we'll see. I have a good relationship with the professor, so hopefully he takes a little bit of mercy on me. Yeah, I'd drop out. I'm enjoying it, man. I know the information. It's just the formatting of his midterm was not ideal. Made 17K the last 2 days. That's amazing. Don't be like me when I've had days like that and turn around and just blow it. Not to be negative, but keep that in mind. Keep a level head. Maybe even don't trade today. I'm majoring in economics, D. Midnight. That's 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. It's 24/9/15/25. Yeah, bachelor's degree. Yeah. Yeah. The whole reason I went back to school, man, was because I'm planning on going to law school. But if I don't do that, then yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Leah, that's awesome. You set your lockouts immediately. Very smart. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be negative, but I said this before. I don't know if you've heard me say it. I had my biggest day. I think it was like $22,000. What I don't think I know. It was $22,000, and then literally the very next day was my biggest losing day ever, and I lost 24,000. So, yeah, don't be like me. Just become a TikToker. I don't want to do that, man. I do want to trade for a living. I do this not because I'm trying to make money from it, because obviously I'm doing it for free, but I like helping other people. And I like the accountability that it gives having more people in here and feel like I'm not just sitting here trading by myself. Shit can get lonely. Was it because you sized up? No. It was because I didn't know how to take a loss. And my mind, my psychology was all messed up. It was like, hey, I made 22 grand yesterday. I just lost 3 or 4 grand. I can just keep trading because I'm still up. And then eventually it was like I spiraled into a binge trading mindset, and yeah, not good. Is it hard to start from zero? Start trading from zero? Is that what you're asking? Start from zero with no experience? I don't think anything about trading is hard other than the psychology, man, and that is the hardest thing in the world. I mean, it's like life, man. There's so many areas in life where you can find success if you can just apply discipline. So trading is no different. Trading, whatever sort of personality flaws you have, trading will expose those 100%. It's a giant mirror, man, and it doesn't lie to you. If you have no discipline, you're going to find out really quick. It will definitely humble you. Can I give an example? Well, if you're not good at admitting when you're wrong. So let's say you get into a conversation, you have a set mindset about something, and somebody presents you with information that actually proves you to be wrong, and you have the inability to say, hey, you know what? That's a great point. I'm wrong. There's a lot of people that can't do that. Well, the way that that manifests itself in trading is you have a bias or you take a trade. Like, let's say I take a long right here and price just starts falling back. And if you have the inability to say, you know what, I was wrong about that, you're going to end up losing a lot of money. You have to be able to say, yep, I was wrong about that. Market had a different idea, and it's showing me that I was wrong. And you have to be able to accept that and move on and not take it personally. Learn from it, figure out what you did wrong, figure out why price did what it did, and say, okay, that's behind me now. I'm moving on to the next trade. What's up, Maya? How's it going? I look like Harry Potter? Thanks, man. Harry Potter doesn't have red hair, does he? It's like, wait, what? Isn't that Ron that has? Yeah. What's your bias today? I don't know, man. I don't really like to marry a bias. If I had to take a guess, I would say we're going to push higher. But we are trading inside of a 4-hour gap here and a daily gap right here. So I would like to at least see this 4-hour, or excuse me, this 1 hour right here. You can't see it. This 1 hour get inverted to the upside. And if we get that, I think we have pretty strong potential to keep going higher. Any news? No, we had Philly Fed at 8:30. There might be one other thing, but nothing that's gonna really move price. 9 a.m. we had Waller speaking. Philly Fed came out at 8:30. Didn't really move price at all. Is Trump gonna say China again? I don't know, man. I have my notifications turned on and volume for the alerts turned all the way up. So if he does, we'll know about it. Yeah, Epic. The news is at 8:30 Eastern time. You can see it a little bit on the. Let's see. If I drop to the 30-second, you can see it was right here. This is the order book clearing out. I don't know if you can see that very clearly. That's the order book clearing out for the news. And then nothing really after that. What app do you use for your news? Forex Factory. I use Forex Factory. I have my alerts on Truth Social. I have a couple of accounts that I follow on Twitter that also give me alerts of any other news. And I typically have a news station pulled up in the background. And sometimes I'll have a squawk in my ear from the wire. This is NASDAQ futures right here. NASDAQ futures. Yeah, something fishy going on, Hunter. Something fishy going on. Without a doubt. Whoever was shorting Bitcoin, I want to know who that was. 30 minutes. Opened to the account 30 minutes prior to that tweet this past Friday. And shorted. Ended up making what, like 180 mil? Yeah, 180 mil. In less than 15 minutes. I've looked at that candle so many times, man. Look at that. This is Bitcoin. Wild. Craziness, man. No, that's a Trump tweet candle from the Friday. Remember the Friday that the market dumped? This is Bitcoin on the same day at the same time. Pretty wild. Some saying Barron Trump. I've seen that. The thing is, it's not illegal. That's the craziest thing about it, because the regulations are different for crypto. Highly unethical, potentially. What was that? Just got a big sweep on the book map. Highly unethical, but not illegal. Somewhere out there's a line dance to this song. To this song right now? Afrojack? My dad was president, I would too. Yeah, I can't say that I wouldn't. I'll be honest. Be like, hey, just give me a heads up. Just a head nod. Just give me a head nod. Up or down. It would at least be super hard not to. I don't know if I would do it, but it would be extremely hard not to. Buy the dip. Yeah, exactly. It was a great time to buy. So many people blew accounts. Yeah. I took a very small trade early in the session. It was actually a short, so if I had held that, I would have made a bunch of money. But I think I made like $200 that day. And they had all these people making thousands, and I was like, it is what it is. I bounce around on time frames, man. This is the 15, then the 5. So I don't trade crypto like that, D. I invest in crypto, but I don't try to day trade it. I don't try to predict it. I think that Bitcoin will just keep going up. It's a good time to buy. It's at like 111 right now, I think, where it was last night. Yeah, right at 111 right now. Well, I think it'd be a good time to get in there. I mean, it's always a good time to get in there, in my opinion. Appreciate the gifts, man. Appreciate that. Made 400 today. Very nice. You already locked out. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's no way to predict that sort of thing. Obviously, it's nice to get in on it, but you can't beat yourself up if you didn't capitalize on it. I mean, we had that same kind of dip. If you look back, we got 3 minutes or 2 minutes until market open here. I'll make this quick. If you look back into July, I think it was, right here. No, that's September. You had it back in July. Yeah, right here. You see this candle wick down. It's the same move, same thing, tariffs. So you're going to get those. There'll be another chance. There'll be another chance to capitalize. Bitcoin, D. Bitcoin. Got a little bit of Ethereum too, but mostly Bitcoin. Is the market good today? We'll see. I think we'll definitely see. We're set up here. We got some sell side liquidity built up down to London low. It could potentially at open want to go down there and sweep some up and then do like what it did yesterday and then go higher. We'll see though. XRP is decent, yeah. I haven't put a whole lot in there yet. $45 seconds. The Mag 7 we'll see here in the next couple minutes, but that's the Mag 7 chart right here. But let's dial in here. We got 30 seconds until open. Let's dial in and see what we get. See if we can capitalize on anything. Let me get a little more chill music than that so that we can get our mind right. My bad. I'm bad about the music setting. I think that's the manipulation leg right there, and then we're going to go down. We'll see. Nah, feel free to call it out whenever, man. A little too intense sometimes. And you don't even realize it. Like the brain can start moving and it's not good for trading. Pushing up hard on NQ here, and ES is not necessarily doing that. So we're a little decoupled. A little bit decoupled here. NQ tapped right into that 1 minute, and it looks like it's rejecting out of it. We'll see. I'm bouncing back and forth NQ and ES. See which one looks more appetizing. Pushing higher now on NQ. ES is starting to push higher. Max 7's pushing a little higher here. Yeah, it might be good to get in on this long. Order flow people. I'm not getting in yet for structural reasons. Not yet, at least. Stay patient here. Discipline, discipline. Look at that. ES coming right back down. Tapped into that inversion. NQ coming right back down too. Order book just lit up higher here. I don't know if that means we're going to go up or if people are yanking or spoofing. Looks like we took those data wicks. That data wick low still sitting down here. We're decoupled pretty aggressively. Bouncing back and forth between ES and NQ here. Trying to get an idea of what we want to do. This kind of just sitting in the middle of the range here at the moment. One minute till the 5-minute candle closes. Throw the VWAP on here for us. It does seem like ES wants to go lower here, but I can't tell. Trading well above the VWAP here. Mag 7 looks like it wants to go higher. 9 seconds, it could potentially invert this gap here. I think the Mag 7 wants to push higher, which tells me the ES might be wanting to push higher too. We'll see though. Jewish fake out. It's called the Judas, right? Or do we go with Jewish fake out? That's what TJR calls it. All right, 5-minute closed and inverted. We're really decoupled here though. I'm not convinced either direction here. I don't want to get involved and get trapped. I think we will push to the downside here on ES. But I'm not confident enough in that to take a move, to take a position. It's kind of VWAP's acting as support right here. This 5 minutes acting as support on NQ. Yeah, it's definitely choppy. I think we got to be patient. We're going to get a breakout in one of these directions at some point. Just be very patient. We could see NQ sweep this previous New York AM high and then dump to catch up to ES. Not a bad strategy, Zach. I would have shorted to London like a minute ago on ES. I see why you would think that, and like I said, it looks like ES does want to go lower, but I'm just not convinced at this point. The reason I say that, you got the Mag 7, which is heavily tied to ES, pushing higher here, so I'm not convinced. I do not speak that language. Got stopped out, Epic. Yeah. Done for the day. There you go. I'll do some paper for fun, though, just hanging out a bit. I hear you. Yeah, this isn't convincing either way. Yeah, he just told us the secret to the market right there, and I can't decipher it. This is Wiki. Nothing convincing here. Even more sauce. I want to see what that actually says. Can anybody translate that? Like copy it and translate it? Brazilian phone music. Montagim? Do you pronounce that Montagim or Montagim? Excuse me. I think ES wants to go higher here, man. Just based on the Mag 7 here, it looks like we want to push higher, but this is not anything I want to get involved in. Funk, okay. Mag 7, Magnificent 7. It's the 7 tech companies that kind of drive price in the tech industry for ES. We're pushing lower here. This might be the breakout for ES, or it could be the manipulation. Consolidation. That's that accumulation. Maybe this is the manipulation, and then we'll get the distribution. We'll see. You could be right, Bri. You could be right. You guys got to be patient, man. Be patient. Don't just guess. Wait until you see something convincing. I personally don't see anything convincing in this area right now. Yes, moving lower here. Appreciate the follow there. Appreciate that. Order book's relatively thin, too. I'm going to sweep London and go up. I think I'm more inclined to follow that line of thinking, but we'll see. Could just chop, man. Could just get this kind of BS chop. Yeah, you're in it, Gabriel. You're in it, man. You're a part of it right now. No, we have a Discord. I need to start posting more educational stuff, but I haven't had time, man. This semester with school, I started it before the semester began. I didn't anticipate how busy I was going to be with school, so I haven't really been able to put much useful content in there. But I'm hoping going forward that I'll be able to do more. The institution took an early lunch. Early week. Cut the week short, man. It's fall break for college. Maybe they're off hanging out with their kids. They're in Nantucket, kicking it by the pool. Mag 7 dipped and now pushing back up. Maybe a rejection out of this. We'll see. I'm not convinced of any direction here, man. Yeah, it's choppy. I'm glad I was helping you, Gabriel. There's some good people in the Discord, too. The link is in my bio. Let me know if it's working or not. I've had issues getting my links to work to my Discord, but if it's not working, I'll drop it here in the chat. See, we haven't swept anything, so that's why I'm talking about like a key level. Like, I don't want to see London low get swept here before I'm convinced with taking a long. We are delivering a little bit out of this 15-minute inversion to the upside, but again, I don't know, man. I'm just not convinced of anything at this point. It's nothing that I would be willing to risk my money taking. Trap between this bearish inversion and this bullish fair value gap on the 15. And the book map is thin, dude. It's very thin. I'll show you what it looks like. Is that it? So you got some orders higher right there, but there you go. Got some orders higher, but it's pretty thin. Cracking me up, dude. Very nice, 7K. I'm gonna refrain from commenting so I don't get in trouble. Express funded account. It's a top step. There's a big push higher, a big sweep higher on the book map there. Right there. Sorry, NQ. So NQ just took New York AM high right there. Question is this going to pull price even higher at this point, or is that going to be the reversal point? Jonathan, this is NASDAQ futures and S&P futures. I'm about to wet my pants, man. I'm going to move right back down on NQ. So it'd be interesting to see if we, yeah, I was going to say if we dump here now that we've swept that. That's what would be really interesting to me. People are getting antsy in the markets here. Where are you going, Bri? You done for the day? So we broke Strucker, tap back into that one. Now we're just dumping down. We're going to invert that one to the downside after a sweep. There you go, man. Very smart to get off. Hope you have a good day, bro. Appreciate you coming by. This could be the move down to London here. Definitely is. There was no real setup here. If we get a tap back into this gap, I might be inclined to take it, but we'll see. Orders are lighting up lower. Keep a close eye on this. Am I in a buy market? I'm not sure what that means. We're not in any position right now. You'll see it on the screen if I get into a position. Yeah, I'm looking at the book map on another monitor. I just had it up here for you guys to show it a second ago. That's what I'm looking at right there, if you can see it. So touching into that VWAP, see if we get a rejection back out of the VWAP, move higher. If not, it might break underneath it. Top ticked it. There you go. Kind of just ranging here. Some orders down there, right there on NQ 50. It's tempting to get involved in this. Next 20 seconds, we'll figure out whether we want to or not. I don't want to get trapped in a short here, though, and then price just skyrocket back up. What is my thing doing? I'm not convinced right now. Bunch of shorts just got stopped out on that. Now it might push down to the lows. Bunch of shorts got stopped out on that. Do something. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Some people are probably like, why haven't you taken a trade? This isn't. I like to see some clear. You could have made an argument for the short after we swept on NQ right there, but there's no. I like to see a breaker or something like that, and there was really nothing. It was just a straight move down. So now we're pushing back higher here. I'd rather be disciplined and not lose money than take a gamble. Yeah, it was at well, Waller was speaking at 9, and then you had news at 8:30 Eastern time. Use the restroom real quick. Be right back. Yeah, it's all over the place for sure. No, I mean, what level was that we are pivoting at right there? Previous month high right there. Previous 4 hour high or previous 4 hour mid. I have a hard time believing we're not going to push lower here, but we'll see. BTC, Spaceman BTC. Were you talking about for the short? Re-enter for the short? I'm not convinced of it. I'm not convinced of it. It might play out, but I would rather not take a chance at this point. I'm waiting. This is too unconvincing. Trump speaks at 3. Chop, chop. Bouncing right off the VWAP here. I'm surprised we're not pushing lower here, at least to take out that London low. NQ's pushing up a little bit. Just took a big order there at 0.70. It's gotten, order book's gotten thin again. So it's like, I don't know. I think everybody's kind of just unsure. What news are you talking about? There's no news. Sammy? Oh, you're talking about yellow folder news? I don't pay attention to yellow folder news, man. Only orange and red folder news. I don't think that'll have much. Yellow folder news typically doesn't do anything. It's very weird. Very weird price action. It's kind of just hanging out. This is where you got to stay super patient and not take bad, irresponsible trades. You might get lucky. You might make some money in this range, but for what I like to trade, this isn't good. This is not the kind of price action there. Where the PFP? What are we talking about? On the personal capital account, I'll do 1 or 2 micros for right now because the account size, I'm only trading pretty small account size. That's my purchasing power with my personal. But with prop firms, I'll size up a little bigger than that. I'll usually trade minis on my prop firm. Maybe 5 to 10, equivalent of 5 to 10 micros. But lately, I've kind of been going a little bit bigger on my sizing with the prop firm accounts. Yesterday I traded, I think it was 2 or 3 minis with that short I took. And I didn't even have to catch the full move of that one yesterday because of the sizing to be comfortable with closing it. This is garbage. Hot garbage. Patience, patience, patience. Damn, dude. That's so sad. Girl that I went to high school with, she used to be very pretty. It's a mugshot. You know, I follow one of those mugshot pages. She doesn't look anything like herself, man. It's terrible. I hate that. But for the grace of God, there go I. what's on your playlist? My personal playlist is different than this, man. I have a very, very, very wide array of music on my personal playlist. You got anything from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs to Alex Warren to shoot, uh, Brandon. I do have some Brandon Lake on here if you wanted some of that. Um, Gratitude's a great song. Chris Lake, I'm not sure who that is. Dream Soda, uh, Odessa, Arc Patrol, Chief Keef, J. Cole, Lil Boosie. Everything you can think of, man. You short from the top up here. This PA is not very fun. All right, Maya. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Always appreciate you being here. Saw Odessa live. That would be sick. They got some good stuff, man. Let's see what I can throw on here. Here we go. Maybe not. Just kidding. This is not tradable. Aiming for a 10, 20 point, sadly. Hey, don't force a trade if you don't see it, man. You don't have to take one. They're there's always going to be more trades. This is not the kind of PA you want to get involved in right here. Seek and destroy. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it seek and destroy. This is just bad. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not good price action. This is where discipline, listen, I'm not saying this like a know-it-all or anything like that, but I'm telling you from experience that this is the kind of price action right here that separates the profitable traders from the unprofitable traders. The unprofitable traders are itching to click the button right now. They're just dying. Which way is it going? Which way is it going? And it's a coin flip. So if you're looking to be successful in this, be okay with not clicking the button. Be okay with sitting here. Even if you get some crazy breakout one way or the other right here, nothing is indicating that it's going to go in a certain direction right here. This is, even if you're looking at the book map, I'm looking at it. You got orders lit up higher and lower, and it's nothing convincing. So if you're looking to be a profitable trader, or at least make some money in these markets, you got to learn how to keep your finger off the button. And that's the hardest thing that I had to learn. Be okay with not taking a trade. That's true. Akito, that's true. You know, you could be, you know, I know people who scalp, they could be using this level right here as resistance, and then they have the VWAP, or even maybe, I don't know what the SMA is looking like right now, but they could be playing the bounce off of that. You're very right. The way that you could get burned on that, though, my brother, he's a scalper. The way that I've seen him get burned, though, he's constantly playing this support and resistance, and then all of a sudden he gets a breakout when he's in the middle of a trade and he gets cooked. So you also got to be safe doing that too. Make sure you're setting stops. But for the most part, this is not what you want to get involved in. I don't even look at YM, to be honest with you, Nando. You're all in short. I hope it works. A little Tiesto here. I'm gonna put a little Drake on. I like this Club Paradise song. A little bit weird vibe, but I'm feeling it. Five cons, full ported, 150. Sheesh. I hope it plays for you, man. That would suck to blow those. So I'm biased for NQ. Nothing right now, man. Look at this. This is NQ that we're looking at. This is no bueno. We did sweep the highs. New York game high previous. So you would think, based on the way price behaves, it would want to go to London lows now, but I'm not convinced. Hot dog water for show. Yeah, ES is headed towards that London low. Looks like you're playing out over there for your shorts. I don't even know your name. It's just an emoji. I think 67.10 might be the pivotal point right here. We're going to keep an eye on it right at midnight. See if it turns around there. What am I doing? I had that mismarked. profit of 20K-ish, I'm done for the month, man. Holy shit. I would be too. Holy cow, bro. I'm glad that played out for you. That's wild. Big kahunas. I think if I do take a trade, I might take it on ES. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm not seeing any structure that is something that I want to play off of. Appreciate you sharing the live, man. Still got orders stacked up on ES down to 610, basically midnight down here. So we'll see. SPA is going to put me to sleep. Trade both. Whatever's looking the cleanest. What app do I use? It's a software called Bookmap. So NQ swept New York AM high from previous. ES swept London low. Interesting. Got into a short. We didn't really give a convincing sweep here. Didn't get a candle closure below, but this could just be where it turns around. NQ's pushing up. We invert this gap, I might, I don't know, man. I'm still not convinced. Am I being overly cautious here? I'm going to try it. Small trade here. We're going to be going for previous high. We'll put this. Should I put it below the swing low? Yeah, I'll put it just below that swing low. Get a cramp. Come on, go away. There we go. Our professor is sending emails when we're on break. Go away. Man, I got this cramp in my side. No, I didn't FOMO in. I got a cramp in my side here. I can't get or like in the middle of my sternum. Orders are stacked up higher, all the way up to 67.65. So up to here, basically where I have my TP. We'll see if it goes. I don't want to put that on the screen. That's distracting for you guys, but I'd like to be able to see it on my own end. Waiting for the Heavenly Thursday and Friday PA of next week. Is that when they're doing the news again? NQ's pushing hard. Big orders right here coming up at 67.40. Big orders. If the government comes back, okay. I thought they announced that they were doing it something anyway. Forgot what I saw. I don't like how this is rejecting. This is TradingView. TP's up here at New York AM high on ES. We swept it on NQ, but we did not sweep it on ES. I've been doing it about 4 years, man. Not a huge fan of this rejection here. Not at all, actually. Coming right back down hard. Make sure there's not some news that I'm missing. I got nothing going off in my ear. Or if this is just continuation. I'm in, Tyrone. I don't know if I should be in. You tell me, should I be in? Could have taken this on NQ and be in a lot better position right here. Yeah, very tight stop. It looked a little less choppy to me too, but we'll see how it plays out. If we can get these orders up at 67.40 to get picked up, I think this will give us enough momentum to pull price even higher, but it's just getting to that point. It looks like we're getting caught up here in this little gap. 67.40's got some big orders stacked up there. Big dump here. Big dump on NQ. What's going on here? Am I missing news? Did Trump tweet again? Yeah, that's not bad. Today is definitely iffy. See if this 5-minute holds here. 2 minutes till closure. No tweets or anything? Not liking this movement. Yeah, sitting on your hands is smart. Probably should have done the same, but one micro. 170. That's not terrible. How hard is trading? It's pretty difficult, man. It's the hardest easy money you'll ever make. It's the hardest easy money you'll ever make. Right back up on NQ, right back up on ES. Inverted that one. Let's see if we can invert this one rather than just reject out of it. Do I like puts on SPY? I did Monday. I don't know. I don't know, man. Depends on your expiry. Depends on all kinds of factors. I can't give a blanket answer on that. I'm also not as well versed on options as I am futures. I know that I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. I want to get more involved. Yeah, this would have been a good entry point right here. But we'll see if it fails or if it goes. We need this gap right here to invert. You got a lot of orders stacked up above here. That's a good rule, Zach. It's a good rule. The rules help, man. Rules in general, rules in life, rules in trading, they're very beneficial, man. I have some hard rules in my life that translate well over to the charts. If you can execute those, you're setting yourself up for success. That's my opinion. Yeah, zero setups. I can see that. An argument for a re-entry here would have been a nice one, but this PA is not delivering very effectively out of this gap here. I want to see us invert this one. Really want to see us invert that one. I'm going to keep holding this, see what we do, but I'd really like to see this one invert. I think we have structure for higher here, but we'll just see if we get delivery. Bunch of orders stacked up above us here. Why didn't I trade NQ instead? This looked cleaner. It looked cleaner at the time. The delivery has not been as clean, but that was the main reason. This is coming right back down, I think. There's so many orders stacked up above. It's interesting. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See all those orders stacked up there? I mean, you would think this would want to go higher here. Just based on, I mean, you can't solely go on that, but it definitely looks like price would want to go up there. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't go to my stop. We'll see. Could. Like I said, the book map is definitely definitely lit up. I appreciate your optimism there, bro. No, I'm hearing you're thinking. You could make a point that we didn't necessarily get a candle closure below this, so you could say that we might have left some orders down there that price wants to revisit. But we'll see. What's up, Jay? This one is being stubborn here. TP's up at New York AM high previous. This is ES, by the way. I need this one to flip. Here's the flippage. See if it holds. Where's my fireplace? What do you mean? Yeah, definitely super chop. If this one fails, I'm getting out of this trade. NQ's pushing. Mason, this is futures. So calls and puts are options. But we're long. In futures, a put is called a long. Or excuse me, a call is called a long. A put is a short. So we're long. Not a huge fan of this price action, though, so we might be getting out of this very quickly. I'm not willing to sit here through the chop. What is this music? Oh yeah, I'm just keeping my stop right below it. If it fails, I'm out. We're sitting through a 5-minute right here that we're rejecting out of. I would have liked to see those invert. We're negating this inversion right there. See if it pushes through. NQ is just going higher here, so you would think that we potentially want to push higher as well. We'll see. Patience. Naz, this is my personal capital account. We started with 500, and we're working our way up. We're seeing how much we can go up. So obviously, when we trade prop firms, we do something completely different. But this is definitely scalable. When you're making anywhere from 100 to 700, or sometimes more a day, with your personal capital, your real money, I think that's a pretty even if you're only making $100, $200 a day, that's pretty decent for personal capital. Now, obviously, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm doing a lot bigger numbers than that, but you got to start small. If I were to be trading minis or even half size, like with 5 micros, the risk for that with such a small account size is not worth it for me. I'd rather just take it slow. It's a marathon, man. It's an ultra marathon. There's no rush. When I get this account to maybe 2,000 account balance, I think I'll up my. This also wasn't a very high likelihood trade. That's one of the reasons I'm only in 1 micro. I typically would have been maybe 2. But when I get up to this account size up to 2,000, then I'll up my sizing a little bit. We'll keep upping it as we get a bigger account size. I am. That's how I started this account, was from a payout. I take consistent payouts on prop firm accounts. I'm pretty close to getting another payout right now on my TPT accounts, and I just fired up a couple more Apex accounts. So yeah, I have this line marked because there was a big order stacked there on, and there still is on the book map. But my TP is set at the previous New York PM high up here for this swing high. So we're gonna, once we get to this line, we're gonna keep a close eye. If we do get to it, we're gonna keep a close eye and trail our. I'm actually gonna trail my stop up to here for right now. Hey, it happens, man. You could have easily been just as easily had been right as I was. I mean, I wasn't completely discrediting what you were saying, because you were right. You had some good points about we didn't close below here on the 1, not even on the 30-second, I don't think. Yeah, not even on the 30-second. So you could make the argument, hey, we didn't really sweep. Price might want to revisit that, and it still could. But we're at least going to take a $20, $25 profit on this. Do I teach people the basics? Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm doing here. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I don't like to do it while I'm in a trade, but yeah. Amen, Tyrone. We're in a trade right now. We're going to see if it plays out. Up only a little bit. Small sizing, small risk. But if it goes to full TP, we'll be doing okay. We'll see. The setup was we swept London down here, had a V-shaped recovery, inverted a gap, inverted this one. Kind of opened the trade early, as many pointed out in here. I'm going to keep an eye on this right here because this was the level that was key. I'll tell you in a minute. On ES. Yeah, we did. It's right there. You could argue that it wasn't a very convincing sweep. The price definitely went below it. Here's the London session. There's London low. Price went right below it. V-shaped out of it. Now we're going higher. There you go, Tyrone. Very nice. Do you watch PJ Trades? That sounded exactly like him. Bro, PJ is where I learned a lot of my stuff, man. And I like to send people over if they're looking to pay for a person to watch who's I would say he's a lot better than I am. But he's taught me a tremendous amount. He's a great dude. See, we're rejecting right off that level that I had marked out. Yeah, he's very ES minis. It didn't sweep. Yeah, it did. Right there. I think you got your time frames mixed up. Yeah, this is coming right to the trail. Big sell order right there. It just got picked up. I think this will get stopped out here in profit. Boom. So that's interesting that it went right to the level that I had marked out. Maybe that's where I should have had my TP, but it's fine. We're up on the day. We're up like $80 or something. So can't be mad. Can I show you what London low I'm talking about? Yeah. Right here. That's the coordinate, 67.18. And if you're looking at the session map, I'll close some of these other indicators. Look at the session indicator here. That's London low, which is at 67.18. Yeah, it's not bad, Zach. It's not bad, especially for this price action. I'll take it. You could make the argument I should have put my stop below the 5-minute inversion there, but I'm fine with it. This could come right back down with the way price action's been. What's the best platform? Binance, you almost shoosh. I trade here. My personal capital, I trade on TradingView right here. When I'm trading prop firms, I'll connect those accounts to this so you can see the trade, but I'm executing on a platform called Trade-of-8. Man, what are you talking about? It is. Here's the entire London session. There's the open. There's the close of this session indicator. That's the low point. There's not a spot lower. There's no lower spot there. Where are you seeing lower? That's the whole kit and caboodle right there. Now, if you started your session an hour prior to that, let's say you started it an hour before the actual session opened, then you could make that argument. But that would be the lowest point right there. But that's not when the session started. The session started at 3 a.m. Eastern time, which puts the low right there at 67.18. When you started to do trading about 4 years ago, do you trade with volume or MACD? No. I mean, I use volume in terms of order flow and momentum. I'm looking at a book map here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. This is the book map. Nope, not that. Where is it? Window right here. I'm looking at this. So that's what I'm using to help make decisions here. Am I satisfied? Yeah, I'd say I enjoy the heck out of it, man. How does that benefit? It shows you where the orders are stacked up. It shows you where there's large orders, where there's sweeps, where there's all kinds of information it can tell you. It's crazy how this is what it tells us. We had this marked out simply because there were some big orders on the book map right there. It's not really a key level, really. I mean, if you're looking at this, I mean, it's kind of just in no man's land there. But I had it marked out because on the book map, I was seeing big orders stacked up there. There was like 300 orders, sell orders stacked up there. So that's why I had that marked out on my chart. And look at what price did. Exactly, resting liquidity. And price literally went right to it and turned around. So it's hugely beneficial. I probably should have, since I knew that information, should have had my TP set right there. But I didn't want to limit us because there was still orders stacked up higher all the way up to this New York AM level from yesterday. So that's why I trailed my stops instead of just closing the position. Yeah, we took half of our profits away basically because we let it come back on us, but it easily could have hit that level and rejected and continued higher. And then in that case, we would have cut ourselves short by getting out right there. So it's all about, I guess, just strategy. How do I handle my emotions? It's something you really got to work on, man. You got to remove you got to take the idea of money away from it because money really does add an emotional factor. So if you just quit thinking about the money and you just trade based on, rules and strict strategy, it kind of removes the emotion from it. It's still hard to deal with, but you get better. Yeah, practice, seat time. You'll still feel emotion. Even if you've been doing this for 50 years, you're still going to feel emotion. It's just a question of how you handle it. I appreciate the follows, by the way, guys. Appreciate that a lot. Cooked again. Call it a day, man. Don't get back your profits. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Gonna go hit a pull day. There you go. As soon as I get off of here, man, I'm gonna eat and then I'm headed to the beach to see my family. I can't wait. Yeah, Jan, we were in a trade. We were in a long here. We were targeting New York AM high. Didn't get it. We got stopped out in profit right here for like $40 or so. We're on personal capital account. We're trying to build this up, so slowly. Appreciate it, Zach. Have a good day, man. Have a good workout. 400 pip. Trading Forex. Oh, with gold. Still in one short position. Nice. I appreciate that, man. God bless you too. I see a lot of people are messing with gold, man. I don't mess with it. It's a roller coaster. I see a lot of people make a lot of money on gold, though. I also see a lot of people get absolutely cooked. Let's see. If I had kept that 5-minute stop below the 5-minute, I think I still would have gotten stopped out here. Yeah, I definitely would have. So I liked it where I was right there. So you're just buying stocks and then selling them. So you're more like a swing trader in that sense. I do a little bit of that. Not a whole lot, but I do some of it. This PA today is just not ideal. It's not ideal at all. I think price still wants to go higher, but it's not. We tap back right into that 15, and then it's. I don't know. I'm happy that we made a tiny little bit of money. I think I'm about to call it. This is not something I want to get involved in, and I got things to do, man. I'd rather spend my time more productively. Long on gold right now. What do you think? Where'd my gold go? For some reason, my gold disappeared on here. What is it? GU? What's gold? Not in crypto. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to read gold. I don't know if it moves the same way that that NQ and ES move. So I don't want to give you any advice on that. Here's the Magnificent 7 here. Pulling back a little bit. Kind of just trading right inside this range, it seems. Kind of just been staying right there. I think I have a paper position long here that I was just screwing with. I want to see where I am on that. On NQ, up 13 grand. Got him down there. Should have done it on my real account. I'm just letting that run. TP's up at, I did standard deviation calculation on this, and I put my TP, where is it? Where did I put it? Up here. So this is probably going to run for like a couple months. See how that plays out. We'll check back. We're still in this 4-hour here. That's what's, this is from the Friday move. think did we invert that one? No, we still haven't inverted this one. We got 25 seconds till this candle closes here. So it'd be interesting. We're not going to invert this go around, it looks like. This 1 hour gap here, 10 seconds. So that's might push price back down a little bit. Big orders just stacked up on ES down lower. We did. We took a small trade. Took a very small. We took 1 micro on the personal capital account. Very small. Should have gotten out up here. We broke. We got stopped out in profit. Oh, I got to sign back in. Sorry. Hang on a sec. Got to sign back into my amp. Hang on. We took a small trade, longed it right here, and then got stopped out right here. That's the trade we took. All right, Zach, have a good one, man. How are you seeing the big orders down at midnight open? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Appreciate the follow, Haley. Oh, my bad. Right here. This is called Bookmap. It's a software that I have. Level 2 data shows where all the orders are stacked up. So that's ES. This is NQ. Kind of interesting. That makes sense. I'm going to call it, guys. 11 a.m. This is not anything else I want to get involved in. Took our trade. Going to call it. What is the tool that shows you that? It's a software called Bookmap. You can go to bookmap.com. And, yeah, Gabriel, I got you. Thanks for reminding me. I got you. Right there. Yeah, man, not a problem. Yeah, it's a good tool to use. The Bookmap is. It helps. Can you get the session markers on Top Step? I don't believe so. I don't think so. But you can. I mean, you could realistically, you could look at it on TradingView if you want, and then just mark it out on your Top Step X platform. Trade went all right. We got stopped out in profit. Let's see. Got stopped out there. So in down there, stopped out up here. Not a bad. You know, I'm all right with it given this price action. Obviously, not a big day. Not what we'd like, but with this price action, man, we kept sizing small and didn't want to overdo it. So if we had taken this trade on a funded prop firm account, I would have done maybe one mini on that, just because this price action is not convincing. So even if we were on a funded prop firm account, we still would have wanted to keep our risk small. And the reason this was the level I had marked out up here, I don't know that there's anything really on the chart that it's not really. I mean, there's this wick high right here, but there was a ton of orders stacked there on the book map. So it's interesting how price went right there and turned around. This might be like a lunchtime high or something. What was Spaceman? It's really not a whole lot of anything. So that's it. I'm going to call it, though. I got to go eat, man. I got stuff I need to do. I got to travel today. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the gifts. Appreciate the follows. Means a lot. Hope you guys learned something, and hope you guys made some money today. If you didn't, that's okay. It wasn't a great day to trade. So if you didn't take a trade, that's great. But I'll be back. I'm not going to stream tomorrow because I'll be out of town. I'll be back Monday, and we'll be ready to roll, make some more money. So you guys have a good weekend. Be blessed. Be safe. And then we're just coming right back down right now. Be good. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you guys.